So something big just happened with the company that is the owner of a bunch of Japanese video game companies. Now, I am mainly thinking of companies like From Software, right? They make Elden Ring and the Dark Souls games. I am talking about Kadokawa. You have maybe heard of them before, but yeah, they are very, very giant, very big when it comes to video games. Now, as with most companies, you can buy stock in that company, and then you are basically a partial owner of that company. Sometimes stock gets bought in bulk from investing companies. That can be pretty big. Well, it turns out that almost 10%, almost 1/10 of Kadokawa is now owned, as we can see from this Automaton article, by an international activist investor named Oasis Management. And we get right into it. They are a Hong Kong-based international hedge fund management firm. So they're based out of China, and they have acquired a large number of shares in major Japanese anime, manga, and game publisher Kadokawa. Now it says, according to a report submitted to the Kanto Local Finance Bureau just yesterday, actually just a few hours ago, March 19, after buying over 13 million shares, Oasis now has an 8.86% stake in Kadokawa, exceeding the 5% threshold for large shareholders. And it says the purpose of Oasis's acquisition of shares is described as portfolio investment as well as important proposal activities. Now, portfolio investment is kind of a no-brainer. Obviously, that is, that is the reason for literally every investment ever. But they also say that last part, important proposal activities. What does that mean? And maybe more importantly, what exactly is an international activist investor group? Like, I hear the word activist, I think of like political activism, something like that. Save the dolphins or something. I don't know, but this has nothing to do with that. An investor that's considered an activist investor, they are actually more interested in investing in companies and then changing certain policies usually, or at least advocating for them with their newly found power, and they do this because they feel that that's going to lead to higher profits, and therefore the shares that they buy will end up going up in price, so therefore obviously they'll make money. We see right here Oasis Management, their Wikipedia page actually literally says, the last sentence there, that they are an activist investor and they have pushed for significant change at companies, and it even says in recent times they've been focusing on Japanese companies. So yes, this sounds exactly right up their alley. Now, what does it sound like they will maybe be pushing for here? I mean, Oasis hasn't actually specifically said, oh yeah, we're going to change this and this and this. And obviously with having about 8 or 9% of the share, it's not like they have 100% of the shares, so they are just going to have to try to push for these changes in policies. But I kind of did a little bit of digging, and it sounds like the biggest thing that Oasis is known for is kind of cutting the extra businesses, kind of like cutting out the fat, however you want to put it, like making a lot of these invested companies basically focus on what works and cut out the stuff that either doesn't work or just kind of like allows you to break even, doesn't really do anything. Now, obviously, this is total speculation. I don't know anything they're going to do, but it sounds like it's maybe a safe bet that they could be doing just that. Now, for Kadokawa, what would those extra niche, not needed kinds of things be in that company? That I suppose we will just have to wait and see.